Today is the third day of Mental Illness Week, and today the topic is how mental illness has affected me. I'm not really going to talk about my story because I've already done that in another video. I've done an anxiety story kind of video where I talk a bit about different things I've experienced with anxiety. But I'm going to talk today mainly about like how it's affected my life, how it's made my life different, how I can't do the same things I'd like to do, all that kind of stuff. I think the main thing that's happened with me and my anxiety, and I'm sure a lot of people with any mental illness can sympathise with, is that it just creates a massive barrier between me and everything else. That's how I feel quite a lot of the time, is that there's me who wants to do all these things and who is so passionate about things, and I am very passionate and quite confident, and I want to do all these things. I want to go uptown with my friends, I want to go travelling, I want to do all these things, and then there's this massive barrier between me and the thing that I want to do. And that's the main thing with mental illness, is that there's like just this big thing that's just there, and you don't really know how to get rid of it, and you don't really know how to solve it. It's just a thing that's there, and it's really difficult to kind of talk to this thing and get it to go away. And that's just how I can best describe it, I suppose, is a massive barrier. And sometimes it's easy to break through the barrier, sometimes you can get through that barrier and manage to get out of it, and sometimes the barrier is just too big and strong. You know yourself, like, whether you can push through the barrier for a specific thing and whether you can't, so listen to your instinct with that. But that's how it's mainly affected me, is this massive barrier between me and everything I want to do. My anxiety's put a strain on my relationships with people, and my parents, it's put a strain on my relationship with my parents, because my parents can't do some things that they want to do. They can't go away on holiday and leave me by myself because I'm too anxious to do that. For a long time they couldn't even leave me in the house at all by myself because I was too anxious. They've just not been able to have the same life as if I didn't have mental illness, so it's affected them quite a lot, and it's made me feel quite guilty and upset. It's affected my relationship with my boyfriend. It really affected it at one point where there'd be times where I couldn't hug him or kiss him or anything like that because my OCD would say no, you can't. It's affected my relationship with my friends, although my friends, like, they've all been really great, but sometimes I can't do things that I want to do with them, and I don't think it's affected our relationship, but I think it's made me pissed off that I can't do the things that I want to do with them, and it's just like not quite the same, and it's just difficult. It puts everything in a different perspective, and I think it affects all the people around you, which is really hard, because I think I sometimes feel quite guilty that I can't, like, my parents can't do certain things or my boyfriend can't do certain things, and I know I shouldn't feel guilty about it because you can't do anything about it. There's nothing you can do to just, if I could just wave a magic wand and get my anxiety to go away, I would, and yeah, that's difficult. I think anybody on here, anybody that's listening to this video and that has OCD, they can say how much OCD affects your life. It's something that just completely makes your life a different life. There's nothing about OCD that makes your life the same, and it's like it completely and utterly controls every single thing that you do, and it's really difficult. It's really difficult to live with OCD. Before I move on, I just want to say that OCD is something you can overcome, and it's something that you can like get better from having OCD. It's just really, really difficult because it's like, it's a really big obsession, and you've got all these habits and compulsions, and it's really hard to break through. But I just want to let you know that in the past year or two I've really started to get better from OCD, so I know you can too, but it's so difficult. OCD is just something that really affects your life very massively. My anxiety's made me very irrational. It's made me think really obscure things that won't happen. It's made me believe things that aren't true. It's really strange because you get this whole new belief system when you have anxiety and OCD. You get this belief system that these things will happen unless you do these things, and you will be sick, all your friends will fall out with you, you'll have a horrible life unless you tap that thing 5 times, or unless you do this or that, and it's really difficult. You are very irrational when you have anxiety, and the thing is, with anxiety, we know we're irrational, we know that we're very irrational, but people still feel the need to tell us all the time that we're irrational. We know we're irrational, you don't need to tell us. Yeah, that's something that's very difficult about anxiety, is that it's so irrational, and we know that it's probably not going to happen deep down, but we don't really want to accept it because it's too scary to accept. I think the good thing, there's very few good things that anxiety has helped me with, but one thing is it has made me very understanding and patient with people, I know that if I meet anybody with any kind of mental illness or physical illness, I will immediately understand them, and I won't necessarily understand what they're going through because everybody is totally different in the ways that they cope with different things and have different illnesses. But I know I'll be able to understand that I can't understand, and I think that's really important to remember. You won't be able to understand what somebody else is going through, but you need to understand that you won't understand, and tell them, I don't know what you're going through, I don't understand, but I'm here to help you in whatever way I can. It's taught me how to be a better person in some ways, and it's taught me to be patient, and it's taught me a lot about different people, because different people have reacted differently to me with my anxiety and mental illness, and I think it shows a lot about people, how they react to you. And that doesn't necessarily mean, like, if somebody reacts badly to me with my anxiety, it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. But if somebody acts negatively and not very nice, it obviously shows they're not a very nice person. And the people that do understand and that are very lovely, it shows that they're just great people. And it's taught me a lot about different people, I think. I feel like this is quite a difficult video to make because the only thing I can think to say is that mental illness affects every part of your life, and there's not a minute that goes by that I don't think about my anxiety, and there's not a minute that goes by that I don't feel very anxious, and I'm sure that a lot of people can relate to that. I do feel very anxious all of the time, and it affects every part of my life. At the moment, I'm managing to live through that, and I'm managing quite well to keep on going even though I'm feeling very anxious, and I'm managing to actually get to the other side. I'm starting to see what it's like to not have anxiety now, and I'm starting to see what it's like to have a life that's not fueled by mental illness. But it does affect a lot of things in your life. It affects school, it affects your physical health, it affects relationships. But as long as you know that you're trying every day, you can get better from mental illness. No matter what kind of mental illness you're suffering with, you can get better from it. That's something I need to tell you, because I promise you that's the case. If you want to tell me different ways your anxiety affects you, let me know down below how your anxiety or your mental illness affects you as a person. I'd be really interested to hear, because I know how hard it is, and I'd really like you to be able to just talk as much as you like in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!